Okay, so after this we are going to in this section we are going to understand the quality control and pre-shipment inspection concept in nutshell. So what is mean by quality control and pre-shipment inspection? First we will try to understand that, and then we will discuss the three basic procedures that are available for pre-shipment inspections, and we will try to understand the process part of that, how to apply for the pre-shipment inspection. Okay, so now as far as this quality control and pre-shipment inspection is concerned, okay, so first we will try to understand what is the definition. So as far as quality control is defined, is like a deliberate and planned activity having for its object the determination of quality of a product with a view to accepting it as such in case it satisfies the stipulated requirement, or in case it does not satisfy this requirement, to take necessary measurable to correct quality appropriate. Okay, so basic thing what you need to understand by this definition is that as far as India is concerned, if we talk about our Indian product and quality control rules and regulations, okay, the government of India has prescribed certain rules and regulations for manufacturing goods and sending it to the abroad. Okay, so first and foremost thing we need to understand those rules and regulations, and we need to oblige. I mean, we are obliged to follow those rules and regulations. So we need to maintain certain quality standards that are mentioned in the our quality control and inspection rules and regulations. Okay, so that is what we need to do first. But apart from that, if exporter demands something extra in terms of quality control and pre-shipment inspection, then we are supposed to do that as well. As this is what the actual meaning of stipulated requirement over here is. The word which is written is like stipulated requirements. Okay, so we do have stipulated requirements, but other than this, if in case it does not satisfy those requirements, then it is necessary to measure the correct quality appropriate. So say for example, let's just an example. Say for example, we are having a product like this square box, okay, and we are following all the rules and regulations which are mandatory in terms of India. Okay, but when we sell these goods to abroad, and if abroad country is expecting that okay, third party inspection is mandatory, then we need to follow these as well. Okay, we need to submit that inspection certificate as well. So this is what actually meaning is. We do have certain stipulated requirement mentioned in our quality and pre-shipment rules and regulations. So we will obviously follow. But other than that, if importer is insisting us to do that, we need to do that. Okay. So pre-shipment inspection is the process. Now, what is the meaning of this pre-shipment is? Okay. So quality is that you need to follow certain stipulated requirements. Okay, so that's an example: scientific requirement, okay, market requirement, other legal requirement that we are going to, and quality requirement. Obviously, this is the what ultimate matter is. So we need to follow this quality. Okay, we are not supposed to compromise with the quality. Now, what is pre-shipment? The word pre-shipment is very clearly that before shipment of goods, before shipment of goods, you need to have certain verification, inspection formality. This inspection formality is known as pre-shipment. So by word you can understand is it is pre-shipment. It means before the shipment. So what is that procedure is? So pre-shipment inspection is the process of inspecting a batch of goods just prior to a shipment to determine. Now, what is the objective? To determine whether it satisfies the conditions for shipment, okay, conditions of shipment, which may be concerned either with the quality. Now, this is most important: quality, weight, packaging, and contraband characters. Okay, so why this pre-shipment inspection is there? Say for example, you follow all the quality controls and everything. Okay, but this is just for the betterment, and this is just for the sake of security purpose. They will again check it. So pre-shipment inspection, in a nutshell, in a layman's language, what we can use, what we can do, what we can understand is, once you lock the door, okay, so for example you are moving out for 3 days. Okay, so what you will do is you close all the doors, all the windows, but still your father or a mother or an elder, or even if you, not even elders, but you are also cross verify that okay, all the doors are closed. So what you will do is, once you check all everything, and it might possible, once you finally close all the doors and decided that okay, now we are moving ahead, you again requested someone else, please check all the doors are closed or not. whether almost you close all the doors, you know that you have already closed, but still you ask someone to check it. Why? Because you want to verify that all the doors are closed. Same here, you also follow all the rules and regulations, you checked it, you mentioned that quality control is as per requirement, but still government insisting us, okay, before you ship the goods, just do a pre-shipment inspection. That means before you ship the goods, just verify all the requirements that mentioned in the contract or mentioned in the rules. So this is pre-shipment inspection, is just the verification of those things again. Okay, so mechanism for enforcement of quality. Okay, what is the mechanism behind this? Now this is what the history of our act. Okay, 1965 they have introduced the Export Quality Control and Inspection Act, and the objective of introducing this rule is simple, that they are trying to send those goods which are actually which are goods are of a good quality standard, which match with the international quality expectations. Okay, so for that matter they have introduced with export inspection agencies, who is having who is having a wide range of network available in the India. Under this EIC they have also established EIA, which is known as export inspection agencies. Okay, so this is what the governance part and the mechanism part of this enforcement of quality rules and regulations. Ultimately, Indian government wants that whatever we send to the international market, it should be have international quality. It should match with international quality standards. Okay, so these are the objectives. Objective is clear, and the government wants to promote and ensure that image of Indian goods, which are exported into the other nations, are of a good. Ensuring goods of assured quality only moved into the export market. For that matter, they have requested custom to check everything. Third one is sustaining the foreign markets where Indian goods are already favored, and developing new markets with qualitative edge. And this is what the most important. They are trying to develop new markets with a qualitative edge, and this is where we are lagging right. Not exactly right now, but if we consider the international image of Indian goods, so the government is trying to change that image as well. And nowadays we are able to do that. Huh? For your information. Fourth one is inspiring confidence in the mind of buyer. This is what uh, the ultimate objective is, that nowadays no one can say that the goods quality is not there up to the international standards. Now Indian products are of the international standards. Okay, fifth one is adhering strictly technological requirement accepted by the foreign buyers of the products. Okay, ensuring sound and safe performance as far as the Indian products are concerned. Observing conformity of rules and regulations of the importing country. And this is what I told you in the contractual part, where we have discussed that you need to also see the legal environment of the importing country. Eighth one is maintaining proper packing for safety of product during the transit. So packing, packaging, labeling is also an essential. Eliminating the causes of complaints from the foreign buyers. Obviously, a single mistake may ruin the image of an entire India. Okay, so for that matter, they will take care, and they will cross verify everything, and they will not in a position to take a single or a 1% risk. Maximizing the production and effecting economies by standardization. Okay, so these are the objectives of quality control. Ultimately, what they are trying to measure is that whatever we send into the international market, it should be a best quality, not a average quality. Okay, so what are the methods available in this quality control and pre-shipment inspection? It is like, okay, first one is consignment-wise inspection, second one is in-process quality control, and third one is self-certification. So these are the three shipment inspection methods that are being used in India. So let's see consignment-wise inspection. This is the first inspection process. So an individual consignment is subject to compulsory inspection by export inspection agencies. Okay. For that matter, you need to apply 7 days prior. This is general definition and general rules and regulations. Once you apply in 7 days before, then EIA deputes an inspector to conduct a pre-shipment inspection. Once he satisfied everything, then he sealed the consignment and issues or generate a report and submit it to EIA deputy director, and then deputy director will generate pre-shipment inspection in favor of a country. Okay, this is general definition and general procedure. Okay, in process quality control, if we can talk about in process, so in process stage by stage inspection is required. Okay, generally it happens in chemical and engineering goods. Okay, so raw material kahan se aa raha hai, from where you are purchasing a raw material, what is the process control, what is the product control mechanism over there, how you do make a packing and packaging of your products. So this is what in process quality control have been given an option to issue a certificate of inspection themselves, provided get registered themselves as export worthy units. Now here, this is what you need to understand. For consignment wise inspection, you need to invite the EIA inspector. In process quality control, if you are able to match with these standards mentioned by EIA, and if you are export worthy units, if you have a status of export worthy units, for that you need to apply to EIC. Once they satisfy and they issue export worthy units, then and then you can go ahead with such kind of things. Okay, you can certify yourself, you can prove that everything is automated, so no need to verify, everything is machine based. Okay, so this is what IPQC is. Now self certification, that means you by yourself certifying that everything is as per the guidelines, we are declaring that everything is okay, no matters, no doubt in our quality control and pre-shipment checks. Okay, so facility extend to the exporters who are having a good reputation and goodwill in the market, those who are fulfilling the severe norms prescribed for the product quality and design as well as development, those who are having a quality control laboratory, separate laboratory, process control, metrological control, and independent quality audit facility. Let me tell you very honestly, these kind of facilities are not available with the smaller players. So what I can conclude is, for small exporters, the consignment wise inspection would be the better option. For those who are having a good infrastructure and good investment in such facilities, they can go by apply for self certification. Okay, so registered under this system have to pay nominal yearly fees, and this is yearly fees. Be careful, that is a rate of 0.1% of FOB value, subject to a minimum of 2,500 bucks to a maximum of 1 lakh. Okay, in a year concerned to the EIA, that is export inspection agencies. Now these are the three methods, but in general, what documents you need to support, what documents you need to attach with while applying for this procedure for pre-shipment inspection. And this inspection is generally, this procedure is general procedure, but it is purely related with consignment wise inspection, because in IPQC and self certification, if you have a status of export worthy units and you are exempted by the EIA, then you need not to follow this procedure. So this procedure is for pre-shipment inspection of consignment wise process. Okay, so as already we have discussed that you need to apply for 7 days prior. So along with that application, you need to submit the copy of export contract, copy of your LC, details of packing specification that you are going to use, commercial invoice. Okay, cross check DD favor in terms of in favor of EIA. Okay, declaration regarding importer's technical specification, if he or she requires extra, then also mention. Submit these documents along with your application form and forwarded it to EIC, okay, or EIA. Once they receive all everything, they will verify documents and they will depute an inspector. Inspector will come to your place and he will taste and inspect everything. Okay, so from scrap, say for example, from raw material to finished good, he will check everything. He will taste everything. He will also check the packing and selling of goods. And once he completed all these formalities, he prepare a report and submit it to his EIA agencies. Okay, now if the consignment is favorable, then the deputy director issues the inspection certification. Okay, that is what the next step is. So the inspector submit the reports. If EIA is agreed that okay, this is favorable, the decision is favorable in the company's favor, then he issues three certificates. Okay, he issues three certificates. The original copy is required to submit to a customer. So it is your duty that you need to submit while you move for the physical verification to the port. The second duplicate copy is dispatched to the importer that okay sir, they go, as far as Indian rules are concerned, we have completed the pre-shipment inspector, so as a proof of that inspection you need to send it to the importer, and third copy you need to remain with you for the future record. If you face any difficulty in getting this certification, that means if you receive the rejection note from the EIA director, then you have a chance to re-appeal it. Okay, so complete the formality, apply, okay, pay the nominal re-application form and complete the procedure. Then again inspector will come and generate a report, and it might possible due to some reasons, if he is not able to see or he is not satisfied during the first visit, it might possible you correct all these problems, and in second time and he is satisfied, then you will get definitely a inspection certificate. So this is what entire procedure is of getting pre-shipment inspection. So ultimately, pre-shipment inspection is basically what? Pre-shipment inspection is basically divided into three parts. First part is consignment-wise sale, where you need to apply and you need to rely on the third party. But in second and third option, if you are well versed with the facilities, infrastructure facilities, R&D facilities, testing facilities, and every entire plan is automated, and if you are having certain quality standards like ISO 9001 and QA/QC department is having separate QA/QC department, then and then you can apply for this self certification, and you can also apply for the export worthy units. In that case, you need not to worry about the inviting the inspectors and taking care of everything. Okay, so this entire procedure is basically for the consignment wise inspection, and for those people who are just new or take entry into this market of the international market, or those who are in terms of as far as size is concerned, they are very small, then they need to go for this. So this is what the entire pre-shipment inspection is. Okay.